Good evening, everyone. I am Daniel Lawrence A. Bagarna from 11 Love, and this is my presentation on fake news and disinformation disorder. So, my objectives are I aim to help the people watching this presentation to recognize misleading information and information disorders. I aim to achieve this objective by clearly defining the types of fake news and dissecting these fake news using effective techniques like fact checking and other methods to verify information through real life cases. So, let's define our terms first. So, fake news is false or misleading news presented as real. And then, information disorder is the wider spread of misleading, false, or harmful information online or offline. So, to put it simply, information disorder includes all kinds of misleading, false, or harmful information like fake news. And it isn't just real it isn't just limited to news articles. It can information disorder can be sourced from just basically any kinds of sources of information. So to put it simply, information disorder is the whole, and fake news is just part of that whole. Then next, so we have the types of fake news and information disorders. So, first, disinformation. False information that is shared on purpose to deceive or manipulate people. So, disinformation is basically just false information that is purposely shared just to manipulate or harm or lie to people, I guess. And next is misinformation. These are false or incorrect information shared without meaning to mislead. So, unlike disinformation, misinformation are false or information that is shared without meaning to deceive people or manipulate them. Then, next, malinformation. Real Malinformation is real information used to harm, embarrass, or attack someone. So, unlike the first two, is malinformation is actually real information that is used to ruin someone's reputation or just harm them. Next, so we have on this information. So when you take a look at this, it's just normal quote cards, right? But why is this disinformation? Let's take a look. So let's take a look at this one post and disseminate what's up with this post here. So we have visual manipulation. So here is on the font actually looks inconsistent and unprofessional if you look closely. So what I'm trying to say is the font here is too simple and too unprofessional to be actually used by official and credible news outlets. So next is the edges of the box where the fake quote is placed is uneven, which suggests that the editor of the fake quote just colored over to cover the actual quote. So if you look here closely, the edge of the box that the quote is placed on is uneven. Next, the lack of context. So the quote is framed to suggest that former VP Lenin Robredo is uneducated about COVID virus. So why? Let's read her quote. Hindi naman dapat ang mga tao ang pigilin natin sa pagkalat. Dapat ang virus ang pigilin natin. So she's basically saying that it's not the people who we have to stop to to prevent the virus from spreading, or more like it's the virus itself that we have to stop from spreading. So the quote is so dumb, I guess. Also, there is no sources to verify the quote here. Now, this post looks like it's pushing a narrative. So, these disinformation against former VP Lenny Robredo are usually spread by pro-BB accounts and groups during the 2022 elections. And their goals for these posts are usually to post a propaganda and to influence election to their favor. So their ultimate goal for these posts is to create a bad image of VP Lenny Robredo, so the people wouldn't I would not vote for Lenny Robredo. So let's fact check. So this can be fact checked if you use reverse image search. So you just screenshot the post onto Google Lens and go to visual matches, and you can easily find the original quote. So the original quote is actually, ang bawat bote ng alcohol na iniimbak natin at di nagagamit ay isang boteng ipinagkakait natin sa mga kapitbahay. Sa huli, kung magkasakit sila, lahat tayo madadamay, kaano man karami ang maiimbak nating mga gamit pagkain. So the real quote actually talks about how hoarding materials is bad. So here, the original post is actually from News 5, a known, credible news news company. So yeah. So this information because the fake quotes and the accounts that shared these fake quotes goals were to manipulate other people to create a bad image for former VP Lenny Robredo to especially influence the 2022 election. So this is information because the goals of the spreading of this information is to manipulate the, the other people and basically deceive them to influence the elections. So we have misinformation. So here we have posts about the disaster on the 2022 Myanmar earthquake. So what's wrong with this post? So I took one photo on the one of the photos in this post. So this photo, let's take a look at this. So firstly, the photos they used were AI generated. So if you go back, so look at this. The photos they used are weirdly exaggerated to say, and the photos are weirdly sharp and movie-like. So I'm trying to get here is the photos are unusually detailed, I guess. So next is lack of sources. So there's no reliable origin of the photo, even when you use reverse image search. So I tried reverse image search on on all of the photos that was posted, but it I got no result from actual credible sources. So yeah, no credible sources has posted the photo. And as you can see, the posts are not meant to harm or mock anybody. In fact, it looks like there are they're actually sharing concern on about the Myanmar people here. So look at it. There's prayers and look. So yeah, these posts are mainly shared because the accounts are just praying for the people affected. These peoples did not mean harm, and the accounts didn't know that it was AI generated. So they were practically ignorant that the photos they were sharing was AI generated. So let's fact check. So to fact check this, we just have to get one of the photos and compare it to the real place in Myanmar. So the photos looks like it is set in Mandalay, Myanmar. So if you take a look at the AI generated one and the actual real photo of the city, the layout and the structures is does not seem the same, even though it has temples, but I don't see houses or buildings around the temples. So yeah, that's how I concluded that the photos is not real. So this is misinformation because the post that shared the AI generated photos were sharing this to spread awareness and pray for the victims, but they were not aware that it was AI generated and did not mean to mislead. So let's go to malinformation. So on our malinformation is the case of Hollow. So why is this malinformation? So uh, here is the ex-girlfriend leaked Hollow's private messages. So what happened is Hollow's ex-girlfriend took his phone and took a picture of his private messages without him knowing. And these private messages were about Hollow buying child porn. And then Hollow's ex-girlfriend then leaked it to the internet to expose him. And it ruined Hollow's reputation. The leaks were true, but it was used to attack him. Then the internet made fun of him. Then the police caught on, and then he went to prison. This is malinformation because the information leaked were true, but it was used and to attack and harm Hollow's reputation. So that is all, everyone. Thanks for listening.